Hello. So today I wanted to share with you an idea I had. Whenever my husband and I go exploring or on vacation, we like to pick up what we find. And we recently came back from a trip from the Bahamas, and I wanted to do something with all the shells and coral pieces we found. So at first I thought, well, maybe I'll paint them because they weren't very colorful. So I tried different ideas for painting them to give them a different look, and none of that really appealed to me. And then while we were in the Bahamas, my husband and I got to go swimming with the dolphins. And so we have these photos that we got. So I thought, well, wouldn't it be great if I could frame them with all these shells? So I'm going to show you today the idea that I came up with to make frames for these pictures from our trip. So first I took a Ziploc bag, I cut the top of it off because I want to protect the pictures from the glue that I'm going to use. The glue that I've been using is Fabri-Tac. It's a permanent fabric adhesive, and it dries relatively quickly. It's washable after 24 hours. I'm not sure how long it takes to dry. I would say probably 20 minutes, maybe a little longer. And then I'm going to seal this bag, place it in the wood tray that Matt picked up for me. And then I'm going to start gluing the shells all around the outside. So to seal this bag, I'm just going to use my lighter to kind of melt the plastic at the top. You don't want to hold it too long because it will burn the plastic. And then I just want to kind of push it together to make sure it got sealed. I'm sure there are other ways to do it, but that's the way I came up with. So now I'm going to move the shells to the side. Place this here. You're going to put your picture wherever you want it, either, at the top, the bottom. I'm going to do it in the center and glue all the shells around. I found a pair of tweezers to be very helpful when wanting to place the smaller shells. So let's go ahead and glue a couple of these souvenirs we found. First, I'm going to glue the photo. I'm just going to tack the corners because eventually the shells will be overlapping onto it, holding it in place. It doesn't have to be perfect, unless you're a perfectionist, which I am not. You could do different things. This is one of the first ones I made. And the first thing I did was mix this pretty glitter in with some Elmer's glue. And I coated the backdrop so there would be some glitter in the picture. The Elmer's glue kind of flakes off the plastic, so I decided not to do that on the next one that I finished. But I just made a collage with all the shells and things that we found. Here's another one that I did. It was a smaller box, so I used the tinier shells for this one. And I did not use any glitter. And I'm not going to be doing the glitter in this one either. So then I just take my fabric glue. I'm going to load some up in the corner here. And I think in the first corner I'm going to use a large piece of coral. So you want to get the flattest side onto the glue. And then I fill in all around it to make a little collage. So there's still some glue there. I'm going to turn this just a little bit. And so I'm going to put a shell down and kind of push it into the glue that's on the wood. And then I'll take another one and do the same thing, kind of push it in. So that you really don't want any empty spaces. You want every area covered. And then you could apply some more glue after around the outside of the shells you just placed for an added, you know, added strength of the glue. I'll just place a few more shells here so that you get the idea. I'm just picking through for the best ones. I think I'll put this one here. And I didn't set up a pattern before I started. I just kind of, as I go, pick a shell and put it in that spot. There's a blank spot there. So I'm going to take this shell and try to drop it in to the glue that's in that corner. And then just to secure it a little more, I'm just going to squirt a little glue down in there to secure it. And I'll just finish up these spots here. It's a fun little project. You just keep layering them to try to make it look as natural as possible. They're a little hard to handle sometimes. I decided since this is a larger box, I'm going to use larger shell pieces. But I wanted to make sure I had some smaller ones to fill in the small spaces. So here's one. You'll see it's not that easy. And that one moved, so I'll push that back. And you just play around with it until you get it right where you want it. There we go. Then I'm going to add a little glue to secure it. Because you can see, as my hand shakes, that it is not yet secure. There we go. Oops. That one's not working so well. Not cooperating. Sometimes it tells you where it wants to go. Alright. Couple more here. And I'll keep working on this one. I hope I gave you a useful idea on what to do with some of those old shells that you find and you have laying around the house. I think this is a beautiful way to display them. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that boxing glove or that plus sign. And thanks for watching Flockett Farm.